move on to our next speaker. We have the industry keynote. And for the industry keynote, we have with us Mr. Ashish Khare. Mr. Khare works with Wipro Limited as General Manager and Business Head for System Integration Solutions for India and Middle East. He heads the division which drives security, data center automation, and connectivity projects. This division is also driving smart city and IoT solutions in different customer segments. This division is growing at CAGR of 40% in the last 3 years and forms a significant part of large system integration and transformation deals. Ashish is an electronics engineer, graduate, and MBA from Symbiosis with more than 22 years of experience in systems integration of various technologies. Ashish is going to speak about changing role of IT. Please get your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. Ashish Khare.
Can you play the video first?
Winning. It's our vision. A vision that demands a high level of focus and excellence. Focusing on strengths, excelling across functions. It requires individual performance, plus team brilliance. It's time to multiply energy with agility. And ambitions with efforts. As one team, striving towards one objective. It's time to unlock the power of winning equations.
Good morning to you all. This is a time for us now, and it's a team which matters now. And team of technology, team of IT, team of digitization is a team which is going to make a change for India, make a change for society, and make a change for all of us. It's actually a flight to future, and I like this picture a lot. This is where we as country are. We have our own challenges, we have our own opportunities. Challenges, what an elephant carries. Opportunity, what an elephant eye carries. By the way, elephant eye has a built-in magnifying glass, and it does 9x anyways. So it can see multiple times a actual object is. And that's the way We are seeing a world, we are seeing opportunities now. Indian economy is on upwards. This year we are expected to close around 7.4%. Next year estimates are 8.1 to 8.5 as per global strategists. We are expected to cross China in a growth rate in next couple of years. Economy is opening up, foreign FIIs, all those possible things government is doing, so that investment fund doesn't remain a constraint for us. So is changing up. There are few initiatives which government is driving and which are need of an hour. Make in India is one of the critical agenda on government charter. Digital India is a necessity today. So while Make in India to strengthen Indian economy, Digital India is a necessity for us to be in race. And so is Smart City. Because Smart City doesn't do anything other than making people smart. Everything which goes behind Smart City is an attempt to make each and every individual smart. With this, overall business landscape is changing. We are getting into digital economy. It's a connected world, variety of connections, people to people, people to machine are on up. Data monetization is a key point which we need to focus on today. The scale at which data is growing is humongous. But are we actually using that data effectively? We are lagging big time behind. There's a piles and piles of data. I'm sure each one of us would have a hard disk, if not in GBs, in multiple GBs, in terms of data already stored. How much of that, if we go and search, has been referred or opened in last 1 year, last 2 years? The mystery is on. We are keeping data, we are piling up data, we are actually using it to a minimal extent. And that's where the actual digitization impact will come. Industry borders are blurring. And had it not be happening, Nokia would have never beaten Canon and Sony on cameras. Sony would have never thought that they will get beaten on videos or video systems by somebody else. Whether Tommy Hilfiger would have thought that Apple is going to challenge them on watches. That's up now. So who will do what doesn't matter today. A manufacturing company from automobile sector can come and do something in IT. And an IT company can come and do something in manufacturing side or on our BFSI side. Financial inclusion is one such thing. It's not just a banker's game. There are various infrastructure companies which are coming and doing financial inclusion initiatives. So challenges in industry segments, challenges in every business are growing day by day. We just can't sit and relax thinking that we are number 1 or we are in top 3 and competition is only 5 or 10 or 15. Because anybody can pop in from anywhere. In 1933, knowledge was growing double in 30 years. 73, it was doubling in 11 years. 2013, it is doubling in 7 years. 2020, if the way things are moving, it will double in 3 to 4 years. That's the way knowledge is growing, and so is data growing. Because knowledge ultimately doesn't sit in minds alone now. Knowledge sits in a backend data. It sits in various reports. It sits in various analytics. And that's where a focus is required. Information storage capacity is growing 4 times the world economy. Telecommunication capacity is growing 5 times the world economy. And overall communication 9 times, which is not just connection. Yeah. There's some problem with this. I'm sorry. There was an age when many of us would have worked on mainframes and minis. And that was a time when IT or computers was an act of class. There were few millions of users and few thousand of apps. And as an individual, we were accessing few tens of apps, not beyond that. A person who used to repair a main or mini frame used to be called an intelligent engineer. Things are changing. Today, a person who actually does repair of a computer is called a technician. You don't expect people to work on hardware level alone. That has become a necessity, a commodity. Age came when there was LAN, distributed architecture, PCs, and today is a world of cloud, mobility, big data, social media, and all in all distributed infrastructure. Overall fabric is changing. The way information is getting distributed, the way source of data getting moved, it's machine and device based, which is in terms of sensors, in terms of IT devices, in terms of mobile phones. Customer experiences are becoming more and more digital. You don't have to take 20 interviews to get a customer experience. It comes automatically. 5 years back, we had a mechanism of feedback, but that was a voluntary mechanism of feedback. Today, we have to just tap. Feedback is already populated by somebody, and especially if it is critical feedback. And that's how human nature is. Good things people may keep them with them, but any critical view, they will immediately upload on some of the site, whether it is on Twitter or it is on Facebook or it is on WhatsApp or on a blog. So what we are required to do is just tap that information, use it effectively. Social interactions overall are anyway growing, and so is market information. The amount of data we have from financial markets these days. 20 years back in Bombay Stock Exchange or an NSE, it used to be 2 different rates on a same floor for same script. Same TCS share or Wipro share or the Reliance share would have been sold at a 20% difference in different groups. Is that possible today? No, because we are in a connected world. With this changing landscape, overall industry is gearing up, and so is Wipro. CXO's ask is agility, service-based approach, not a product sale, not a software sale, a relevant data. So data is plenty. How much is relevant to me? What sense it make to me to make my decision today or tomorrow and for future is what CXO is interested in. Multi-system integrated open systems. So while security is a threat, as Shiv said that we have to be cautious. Anything can go anywhere. Anything on mail can go to a Gmail account, to a Hotmail account, to a Yahoo account, or any other account. But still we want open systems because that's a necessity. How we built in security, how we built in overall information sensitivity within people is an associated aspect. But need of today is open system. Industry response to this is open cloud, more and more focus on IoT and smart cities, open data centers, and software-defined infrastructure. Ultimately, information will flow from non-IT devices in terms of IoT and IT devices. What we need to ensure is to have an infra which is redundant so that uptime is not an issue. Because nines after 99 are growing day by day. And intelligent software, ultimately everything needs to be software defined. Whether it's a software defined storage, software defined network, it's a software defined infrastructure which is a need today, and we are working on this. I'll take a couple of initiatives in that. One is Internet of Things. If we look at the way market is moving on IoT, by 2020 we are expected to have 26 billion connected devices or connected interfaces. So that's the way things are moving. More than 300 billion IT products and services revenue will come. That's an estimation multiple independent consultants are making. And 1.9 trillion global infrastructure value adds. So it's a business for all of us. It's an opportunity for all of us, but it's a requirement to gear up in that direction. The area which is going to grow fastest in IoT is manufacturing, which is expected to grow more than 200%. Things are going to move more from CNC machines to actually a centrally connected, controlled manufacturing process. We are working on certain initiatives where production capacity enhancement by use of sensitive data can give results in range of 5% to 25 to 30% capacity enhancement without changing a complete production line. So with minor tweaking and changes, this can be done. Final decisions are done by, taken by CXOs. What is enabled by us is primarily tapping that information, analyzing it, and throwing useful results. Basically, it's a time to connect anything to anything, anyone to anyone, anybody to anybody. If I ask how many of us have actually gone and checked our Facebook profile with privacy settings being configured? Can I just get a hands raised? So if everybody who has done has raised hand, it's not even 50%. Some of us would have not done deliberately because we won't mind certain activities to be known publicly. Security of data, security of my behavior, security of my information, especially which is in my private domain. Professional information, of course, we all want to secure, but personal information we are not so keen to secure. And that is enabling profiling of an individual. There are options available where one can predict what am I going to buy in next 1 year and what am I looking at. One can predict, or one can make a clear the assessment, what do I like on food, what do I want to visit in terms of websites, what I like in terms of going for leisure trips. Everything is known thanks to many of these social media available. Couple of case studies I'll just run quickly because these are the ones which gives a glimpse that how IoT helps. First one is in a construction equipment monitoring. It's more about ensuring that each and every critical part of a manufacturing construction equipment is monitored on a regular basis so that downtimes and utilization are taken care of. Gone are the days when people were looking at, I want an equipment which should work for 15 years, 20 years. Unfortunately, even today, defense comes up with RFPs or with the requirements. This says all IT products should be supported for 10 years.